everyone. It's Silly Girl Carmen. We are back for another episode of Wonderful, and I'm so happy to be sitting here via Zoom with Camille Doe. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm really well, and you?
Very good. I'm glad we're connecting. Where are you based right now?
I am based in Paris, so I'm French. I am from Bordeaux in the southwest of France, but I've been living in Paris for the last 7 years.
Awesome. Very cool. That's so cool. That's why I love Zoom because I'm like, I don't have to travel, but I can connect with people all over the world. So it's a plus.
Exactly.
So we're gonna jump right into it. The first thing I think I kind of saw right when I like discovered you through I think Instagram. I saw your record release, All Right. So I want to talk about that. How did that release come together? Where are you at with when did it come out? Where are you at with that?
It's quite funny because I'm a big, big fan of Janet Jackson.
Right.
And in 2018, when I started trying to make music on Ableton, I hit three of her records and I tried to make music. And one of them was All for You.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to do something with it, and it just stayed in my mind for the following years. And in 2020, I did the Tool Room Academy. This is how it started to become kind of serious. So for the year, I had like some tutors and teachers that taught me how to make music like with the club standards. And, after practicing, making more music, we ended up having something quite good. So we finished this track together in the studio last December, and it ended up just being released on Tool Room, which is always a big accomplishment for a music producer. And it had, every time I listen to it, I remember Janet Jackson, my, first steps in music production. And I see all the past and the way and the last years, all the work that have been done. And I'm kind of proud.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. So when did it release? When did it come out?
It came out in May the 19th.
Nice. So very fresh. That's cool.
Yes, and it always reminds me when I was young and I, enter into music by just dancing in my room, and it was on this kind of tracks, just lip syncing, dancing in front of mirror, pretending I'm in the nightclub. And now it's being released, and I'm still singing lip syncing on it, but I have like 15 years later, so
Yes. Yeah, that is one thing I loved hearing that sample. Very fun, cheeky, nostalgic. Like that was just a fun time for music and Janet Jackson. So very, very good selection on that.
Thank you.
So what fuels your creativity overall? Like what keeps you when you're not DJing or if you're looking for something to keep you fresh on production? What just fuels you in life and inspires you?
I'm sure you will relate to this, but to be able to create anything, can be music, can be ceramic, can be any kind of creation, you have to make space. And to make space and cut from a whole weekend where you've been playing until 6 a.m., it's kind of hard to just balance and just switch. So what I like doing is just meditate and also going into nature and cut with my phone, just read a book and make space in my mind just to make sure I can come back in front of my computer and my gears and trying to make music. But sometimes it's kind of schizophrenic, in a way, because it's really hard to just cut off from being a DJ and also a businesswoman, because you enter in a club and you're here to work and make people happy, and it's a serious thing and task, to being an artist and having a really space and free mind to make music. So, nature and not thinking about anything is quite a good tip for myself.
Yes, I totally agree. That's so relatable. And that's something, yeah, I'm trying to find the balance for myself, as you said, because it's like, okay, gig, we've got sets and stuff, and then it's like, okay, during the week, I want to like slow it down, feel some creative influence, tune back
Exactly.
in. But it's not always just like an easy balance. But that's
Exactly.
very cool. And I think a recent thing I started feeling too is I don't think people realize how much energy you exhaust and give out just standing up there for 2-3 hours DJing.
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
it's exciting for us too, but it's still like you come down, you're like, okay, I need to refill myself to do it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the same in studio when you're making music. At the end of the day, you're like, I'm so exhausted. I have not a single energy anymore inside myself. So both are taking a lot of energy out of yourself, and at the same time, it's hard to say it because people be like, "Oh my God, you're complaining, but you're DJ and you're living your best life."
Right.
Is to talk about it between, and be like, "Oh my God, I'm so like this gig was just absolutely mental because I closed it and it was like 1,000 people and it was just you have to give the best you can and you're receiving so much energy at the same time."
Mm-hmm.
After like such a show, I just take a half an hour by myself and say cool down. So it's
Mm-hmm.
always like roller coaster, emotional roller coaster, but
Yeah.
it's the life we've chosen.
Yes, and it is very exciting and joyous. It's just a matter of finding that self-care balance. It's definitely not negative. It's just like, okay, a lot of stimulation.
I did a story about this like a few days ago because I had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I took the train to cross France for a big show, and
Mm.
people are like, "Oh my God, I don't know how you do," and I said, "Life balance is key, and I eat mostly vegetarian. I
Mhm.
sleep well the whole week." I practice sport 3 times a week just to make sure my body and my mind are just holding on for what's coming every weekend. But I have to stick to it because otherwise I just get sick and I'm shit at giving what I can to a show. So it's really important. And I used to not take care of myself like I do now. And I
Right.
used to be really sick all the time. So I was like, no, I can't do this anymore if I want to
Yeah.
last.
Yes, yes. That's cool, and I think that's something people don't realize until you get into it. So it's good that I'm glad we're expressing this, and I hope, some people watching are like, okay, that's a part of the journey too. So can you tell us more? I did notice on your page about, am I saying it right, Madame Loyal, or how would you say it? The
Yes,
festival?
yes. Madam, like exactly. Is
Okay.
loyal an English word as well or not?
You said
Loyal,
loyal, is it?
loyal. Can you say
Yes.
loyal? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yes, we can call Madame Loyal. In your career, you have some people that just help you, building up your career, and they are one of those people. And they trusted me when, had like just few gigs behind me, small ones, and they gave me my chance to play on the good stage at the right time, and it happened to be really good, and they received a lot of cool messages saying, "Oh, it was cool, that gig, da da da," and then they just booked me again and again and again until we officially said I become a resident. And it's crazy because they are becoming one of the main venue in France, as
Mm.
they book all kind of DJs, and the biggest one, and some we haven't seen in the last 10 years, which is cool because people are like, "Oh my God, Benny Benassi, I haven't seen him for the last 10 years."
Right.
But they also have some residents, and they give the opportunity for them to play at cool slots, which happened last Saturday. So I played after the mains and I was closing. So I was like, "Oh my God, people are here and they will stay." So I have to just give the best.
Yes.
For me, it's like, I know it's such an opportunity and I'm literally living my dream. Like 5 years ago, I was dreaming of it. Now
Hmm.
I'm living it, and I'm like, I'm so emotional every time. I almost cry. I'm like, no, this is really happening. And I'm
Right.
so thankful. And I'm sure we are becoming friends. And, this is really going to be really rooted and with over the time. So, I cannot not be happy and thankful like I am.
Nice. So can I ask, is it a once a year thing or is it monthly? How does the festival work?
They have big ambitions. So they started with like 2 or 3 a year.
Okay.
It really started 4 years ago, but we had like some, COVID thing. So they had some issues with it. But since then, they have like, I think they had 3 years ago, six last year, and now they are touring all around France. And
Mm.
a few time, for example, in Montpellier or Bordeaux, they'll be like 3 times each. So it's massive. I think we can compare it a little bit like the French Elro because it's how do you say fête foraine? well, it's like a big theme park.
Okay.
So people can just go and see the big stages under the circus tent, but they can also like do the fishing with duck fishing, you know,
Right,
and
right.
the rodeo. So people just, you know, go back to their childhood and have a really great time.
Nice. That's so cool. Yeah, that was cool to see that. Yeah, it said you were the resident and I checked out the page because that was something new to me. I hadn't heard of it before, but
Mm.
it looks very exciting. So it looks
Yeah,
very
yeah. And the next one is the 17th, and this is their biggest at Bordeaux, where I'm from, and it's gonna be like 20,000 people. And they put me such on a real cool slot after Kerry Chandler, so I'm like, oh, in my hometown, in front of my parents, in Bordeaux, in front of all the
Yes.
people, so it's gonna be exciting.
Nice. That sounds so fun. Yes. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with one more question. We kind of already touched on this. We're talking about kind of like the self-care balance, but maybe if there's some other insight, what's the best thing you've learned in your DJ journey so far that you feel like maybe as a beginner you didn't quite have the
I
concept of?
know it. I know it because it's been over the last months my main motto: be patient.
Mm,
Be patient. Last year, I thought it would be my year because, you know, I won some contest. I played at Tomorrowland Winter. I had the release on 2 Room. So I was like, now I'm in and it's going to be forever.
right.
It didn't. It just, you know, built a little bit more. And then suddenly my world just, you know, crumbled. I was like, oh my God, I will never be able to make it. It just takes me so much energy. And it took me a few months to understand what's going on, and comparison is shit. And I started to do it and compare myself to other DJs that was, you know, less or more at the same level. Don't do this. Don't compare yourself and just be patient because it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So every piece, every little victory is another piece to this whole building you're building. It's going to be a lifetime work, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
it's never okay, it's now and it's gonna be, you know, your career. No, it can be it can be viral tomorrow and the day after it can be nothing anymore. So just never forget why you do it, because you're passionate and because you love being an artist, you love giving and making people dancing and receiving all this energy. But just, you know, enjoy the moment, be patient, and don't compare yourself. That would be
Yes.
my 3 tips.
I love that. That is so
Okay.
important. And I feel like I'm happy we got to connect today because I feel like everything you're saying and where I've been to, like just yeah, you gotta you reshape your mind as you go to like keep everything in check. And that's yeah, very important. It sounds simple, but you realize like we get so wrapped up in it and we're looking around like, oh, they're on this, I'm here, da 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 da, gotta do music, I gotta do it's just like, wait a minute, just
Yeah.
take some time. It's all good.
So good. And remember why you're doing it and don't lose the essence of what you do, because in the end, the only reason why you would stop is because you give up, and you don't want to give up because
Mhm.
it's your dream that you're living. So just hold on and be patient. That's, yeah, what I would say to someone that would start too, you know.
Right.
Be careful. It's going to be a long journey, and be patient and save your energy and don't party too much every weekend. Otherwise, you'll be, you know, off the week.
Yes, I love that. Well, thank you so much. That's all the
Thank
questions we're
you,
going to do
Caroline.
today. I had a great time connecting with you, and I can't wait to share your mix. I know people are going to enjoy it. And good luck with all your future releases and shows this summer.
We
It's
stay
going to be
connected,
fun.
and if you ever come back to Paris, let
Yes.
me know and we catch up.
Nice. Thank
Thank you very
you.
much. Have a good day or night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.